I love Italy so much. I mean,
Yeah.
Italy was one of my favourite countries. I used to go to Italy when I was a teenager.
On holiday.
On holiday. I mean, I had one of the best when I was 16. I had a Lambretta in. I was in Umbria. I was staying near Castellone del Lago.
Castiglione del Lago, yes, yeah.
So I was 16, Lambretta,
Oh,
whole
man.
of the summer,
Right.
free.
Oh,
The most
beautiful.
amazing time.
But you're not
But
playing.
that was this shows how old I am. When I used to, back then, if I met a girl and we went onto the beach that
Right.
night, police would come on.
Right.
They would. That's how,
I know.
That's how old I am now. You know.
Wait, you're talking about
And girls were always chaperoned by their brothers then.
Well, yeah.
No, but I mean that was
Still happens, yeah.
right, but not as much as
Right,
It was
right.
really strong still then. I'm
Yeah,
talking about like the sort of mid-80s. It was
I
still,
know.
Still the Catholic.
You want to go out with my sister? You need to talk
Yeah,
to me.
exactly. So I had to do all of that when I was 16.
Well, you're not playing that far from Umbria because Lucca is in Tuscany.
It is. No,
really,
I love that. My point is, I spent a lot of time
Right.
driving around and visiting. I really love that part of it. I mean, I absolutely love it.
Will you have the time to rent a Vespa or Lambretta?
I would love to have the time. Maybe. I did that last time I was in Rome. I rented a Vespa, and I just love those motorbikes. I don't like big motorbikes, but I love Lambrettas.
Just cruising, right?
Just love
Yeah.
Lambrettas and Vespas. I don't have any. All I have is a bicycle. But I would.
Well,
love,
I remember
would
you
love
telling us about this philosophy. It kind of got stuck to me. Like you told us, I never lock my bike in London.
No, I've started locking.
You started?
Yes, after 30 bikes lost.
I love that idea though. That about 30
Yeah.
bikes went back into the
Yes,
community.
back into the community. Yes, but I'm no longer giving to the community.
All right, Damon. It's 20 years in 2018 for Gorillaz.
Yeah.
And I remember we hardly had any internet in 1998
No, hardly anything.
in Italy, and I remember, like this.
No, I mean we were born into a world that
Right.
there was no internet, and
It was really
people
word of
find that
mouth.
hard to believe, but
I know.
it really was very different.
Also, Gorilla fans probably find it.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. I mean, yes, Gorillaz kind of sort of. I think that's why it still really works, Gorillaz, because it's very natural, very comfortable inside social media and all of that.
Yeah.
And I suppose because there's no, the aging person is never seen. Apart
Seem
from
to
now.
age really well.
No, but you know what I mean. It's kind of
Yeah.
It's not. They don't have to put up with me.
No, but back then, you started hearing a friend going like, hey, I think Damon is starting a new project. I'm not sure it's him, It's maybe this other guy, the guy from Girl, Jamie. They're putting up something together. It really sounded like a side project at the time.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was in a sense because when you start something, you can't imagine.
Yeah.
We had no idea that it
Right.
would become such a global thing.
Phenomenon, yeah.
Well, it's just really nice. I mean, the beautiful thing about Gorillaz is that the fans truly, they're really dedicated. So I don't, we can put out records and not get played on radio or go and be on television, and they still do really well. People come and see us all the way around the world.
Mm-hmm.
So it gives us a real sense of freedom.
Of course, yeah.
I mean, it's nice when you get played on the radio.
Of course.
And you're on television, obviously. But you can't.
Right.
If you rely on that, life becomes quite complicated,
Right.
and you change as a person because you're always trying to ingratiate yourself in
Yeah.
situations.
Of
like
course.
that. You know what I mean? And so, I think it distorts who you are a bit.
There are also changes in the lineup in Gorillaz here.
No,
with
not really.
With Murdoch.
Well, in the band.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah. Well, he's been kicked out.
Right.
He's in prison.
Oh, he's being kicked out.
I'd like to see it as being kicked out. He's in prison. He's gone.
No, I know, but is there a connection with that frame from the Strobe Lights when he's doing some sort of...
Maybe. But, I'm kind of happy that he's gone.
Okay.
And the new guy, Ace,
Right.
who was originally in the Powerpuff Girls.
Right, in Italian it's called Super Kick.
Right, okay.
The Powerpuff Girls,
right.
yeah.
Yes, he was in Super Kick, yeah. And we asked them if we could...
Right.
He could come and join Gorillaz for a while, and they agreed.
Right.
So what you have is a kind of a first, really, is someone from one cartoon coming into another cartoon.
Exactly, yeah.
It's new, it's fresh.
I hear that in the original language, Powerpuff Girls, he has sort of like an Italian American accent.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I mean it's just nice to it's nice to have a new face.
Of course.
And I don't miss Murdoch at all.
Okay, so I was listening to the new. I actually have a note here that says "The Power of the Now." I mixed, the title of a very popular book, which is "The Power of the Now."
Right.
And
yes.
the Now is the title of
the Now. The Now is even more now than now.
Exactly. Yeah. I was
as
wondering.
now as you can ever get.
No, but for all my life, occasionally I start reading like a book, like I guess you could call it a self-help book, and this concept of being in the now, just comes back, from the Zen masters.
But this is a whole new. This is taking it to another level.
Another level, yeah.
It's the power of the now.
Right. No, but can you tell us a little more about this concept? It's fascinating.
I mean, the record was written in America on tour, essentially a bit in Europe. It's written a bit in Europe as well, and I always made sure I was in like the top floor or the second from top floor. So I stayed in quite a lot of penthouses,
right?
Which sounds very rock starish, but it was actually cheaper than hiring a studio.
Right.
And also the view you get from it's always amazing. So you see cities in a very different way if you're high up.
Yeah.
And so the whole record is written from high up.
Okay.
So in a sense, it's looking out on the world. It's from a distance.
Yeah.
The now, the now, and the now, the now that is now, the now is now. I don't know if I'm going to accompany it with a self-help book. I think I'll just leave it with the record. I mean, it's an amazing thing writing music on tour because, in fact, it's a really, it's the best thing to do because you have your life is very ordered. You know exactly when everything is happening. You have no responsibilities. I don't have to go home and cook. I don't have to make the bed. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? All of that stuff is gone.
So is it after the show, coming back to the hotel room?
No. During the day. I'm a day person. I'm not a night person.
Right.
I mean, last night I was a night person.
Okay.
I kind of sort of stay up like once a week. I stay up later but normally I go to bed at like 10 o'clock.
Right. So what's going to happen on tour? Well, on tour is a different thing. You get into a different
tour is
schedule.
a different thing, and if you're in a tour bus, then that's a different thing as well. I mean, I sleep more on a tour bus than I ever sleep. I mean, today I will sleep. Hopefully, I will sleep like all afternoon.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. Trains and bus, it's the best.
Trains and bus are the best.
Yeah.
It's the way to travel.
And planes too.
And boats. Planes are okay, but I prefer train. Train is my dream. A cochette.
Oh.
It's just the best in the world.
Cucetta.
Cucetta.
Is that what you say? What you call it in English? Cuchette.
Yeah.
That's something I didn't know. The first track, it's called Humility. Umiltà in Italian.
Humilitas.
Umiltà. I think that's Spanish, maybe.
No, humilitas, that's Latin, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah. We come in that.
But the Latin is humilitas.
Humilitas, exactly. Yeah. But if there's one thing, you know, that doesn't come up to your mind when you listen to hip hop,
It's humility.
it's humility. I love
Yeah.
it. I love it.
Yeah, I like that word. I think it's. I think if there is any politics, it's about, you know, that's an important thing. I think humility is something that maybe is very lost everywhere. I mean, you're going for a crazy moment in time in Italy.
Oh, as
It's
we
just
speak.
such a mess.
I know.
I mean, it's a mess here. You're
Right.
now creating a second mess. I mean, it's
I
worrying
know.
because it's just like
I know.
it's gonna. I'm really starting to think that democracy is wrong.
Right.
I'm
That
really
maybe we need some enlightened.
we need something else because
Right.
it's just starting to go. It's going mad.
I know.
It's kind of just the freedom to sort of make decisions that are not thought of, really deeply thought about.
Right.
I think, you know, it's a lovely idea, democracy, and I am a Democrat at heart, but the reality is it's a bit fucking.
But you also talk about
It's a bit of a
isolation.
problem. Yeah, well, isolationism. I mean,
Right.
it's like that
Is
is
that a
kind of-
reference to Brexit, for
It's
example?
a reference to everything. It's a reference to the popular politics of populists somehow seem to kind of promise that everything will be fine if we don't talk to anybody else, and we just,
Right.
that's the idea, isn't it? So if we just do it ourselves, we'll be fine.
Right.
Which is ridiculous. It's the most ridiculous, nonsensical,
I know.
sort of counterintuitive thing, and people go for it. They go, oh yeah, if we get rid of those immigrants and we don't let anyone, and we'll be fine.
Right.
No, they're we're all. It's too late. My point is, it's too late for anyone to go back.
Right.
We have to. We have to. The now. We have to be in the now. You know? You know what I mean? We can't go back.
I remember the last time you came to the station, you, I think you told us a little bit about your upbringing, you know, and a lot of kids, you know, react to parents trying to do the opposite.
Yeah.
But for you, it was kind of like a different thing, you know, like
Well,
now.
my parents just encouraged creativity
Right.
above everything, and I suppose I've just followed in that the way I was conditioned. I was
Right.
conditioned to be creative.
Right.
So
So you never really rebelled against that.
no, not at all.
What about your kids? I mean, is your daughter?
Yeah, she tried to rebel against being creative, but I think it's starting to take over her.
Is she a Gorillaz fan?
Sure, yeah, of course she is. She's been amazingly supportive of everything I do. I mean, she's a wonderful kid, really.
Of
So,
course, of course.
just fortunate.
Well, we're here to talk about Gorillaz, but of course, I want to ask you, like, what's going on all the others. You know, will there ever be a new Good, Bad, and the Queen?
Yeah, that's finished. Ready.
It's finished.
That's done. Ready. That's coming out in the autumn.
Right. Blur. I mean,
Not for a while. There are no Blur albums finished.
all right. Solo albums.
That's easy. I could do that.
Right. Well, is there any? Well, you talked about the Lambretta, the scenery, you know, and your connection to Italy, but we never talked about food. I mean, what's the first thing that you have when you come?
To Italy.
Yeah, I mean, what are your favorite? Or right now, man, you know, because taste.
I mean, this time of year, just a really, really simple pasta is
Right.
the best thing in the world. You know,
Pasta with.
just tomato, but fresh.
Right,
Just-
right, the real thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just perfect. I love Italy. I mean, what can I say? It was one of my first love affairs. Italy.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, we'll see you in Lucca then.
Yeah, great.
All right.
Great. And
Thank you so much for your time.
I'm going to. I'm going to go to see the. I'm going to see the Leaning Tower again. I haven't seen the Leaning Tower of Pisa for a long time. Last time I went up the Leaning Tower of Pisa, I was about 8, and my sister was. She'd have been 5 at the time, and she had a real. This is in the. This is in the 70s, right?
All right.
There weren't any protection. There was no protection on up. You could go
Right.
right.
You can go inside.
We could go inside, and you could go out onto the pillars. So my sister, at the age of 5, was in a bad mood, and she walked out onto the.
Oh,
I tell you,
This is you with your whole family. Your
Me and my mum and my dad, and it's me and my mum, my dad, and my sister. And she walked out there. I can today. We're there going, please come back. You know, because it's literally she's on the edge. It's honestly so. I'd like to go back to that, go to the Leaning Tower, because I haven't been back there since.
Right.
And kind of sort of